you were Shinji Ikari in and you were having problems in, well, there was this hope. There was a robot was being tested out. Its name was Jet Alone, and it was powered by nuclear and a nuclear reactor. And even if it didn't have generate an diesel, it was only some time before an improved person could. So there was this hope that when the rival company would plan to have Nerve adapt to start having Nerve adopting Jet Alone, and Steel decides to sabotage the plan. So what happens? Jet Alone goes berserk in and decides to run towards the city uncontrollably. And so what did they do? Well, Shinji was launched, airdropped in to intercept. It was launched by a wing aircraft, by a flying wing, inserted in. Dropped, and now trying to catch up in, and it's a race to see if everyone can catch Jet Alone before the latter, or the background turns black entirely. But it goes faster and faster until Shinji to make it in. Of course, he's still inexperienced and still afraid. And then everyone grabs the Jet Alone mech in, and now he's inserting Misato inside to try to set the whole thing down. Even though she fell at the start, she's alright. And inside the console, whatever, tries to type the password to shut down the system, but then we just keep bow. Unfortunately, it looked like someone sabotaged the system and replaced it. Now, Misato is frustrated. There's only one way to do it. To manually subdue the out-of-control robot until the core stabilizes in. He was too weak, the Eva would be overpowered. The Eva overdid it, the Jet Alone would fall and explode down. Due to the shock, it would explode in completely there. Yeah, in Tokyo 3 would have been damaged, definitely. Just keep mashing it. Thankfully, Jet Alone stopped venting out steam, and the nuclear rods retract in. Tragedy averted. Well, at this point now, Shinji is worried that there's no one to help him in. He has to do it all by himself, so now they send, luckily, a new mech. Eva 2 is sent in with the UN fleet. Unfortunately, it's such a time that Sahaquiel attack. Sahaquiel has no military weapons, but it has strong well suited for the water, allowing them to fight in advance of the back to Eva unit against Will. They ravage by 100 of the fleet, but it only works. Shinji and Asuka pilot the Eva 2. They try to stop, but the Angel slips away. The Eva falls in, and the umbilical cord still reacts, just like fish in the Angel out. Like they can get the Angel out. You know what they do? The UN ends up luring in two, sends out two battleships to come in to explode, fire the gun inside it and blow up. Take the Angel down. Next one, Angel is Israfel. This one is very more so than Sahaquiel is known to adapt itself to situations. The first time it was encountered in Zero, the first time that no one ever to wear sorting again. The first and two ever used sorting. Unit 02 tried to cut the Angel to half, but the Angel was too half. Or just instead, it's the original. They overpowered the two ever units. In this case, the UN was forced to drop a mine into mines, which Super was quite effective in those. Meanwhile, Shinji and Asuka had to synchronize their movement themselves and get to know each other more, because they were trying to both kill the two halves of the Angel. The Angel was regenerating, and so how did they deal? So the time was up. So would they be able to make it in? I think they could. The first time two EVA units were used. Here, the umbilical cord is cut, so they only had 62 seconds to take the angel down. Of course, they were playing some music, but it's not the usual dance music of the time. There's just some classical music in. They attack synchronized. They cut, they split the angel into half, and then they draw off their firearms and start shooting down the crud. The angel is already split into half. It shows a new ability, firing off cross-shaped explosion, but the two EVA units dance their way to victory. Sounds like they both want to win. They raise the shield up, continue firing on. Then the EVA the two halves of the angel largely dodge, and then meanwhile UN firepower drops, and then angel unfazed. So now they do their ultimate attack, and the two EVA units first they synchronize attack the two halves, which then merge into the white purple angel, and then they go finish off with a dive kick and pushes the angel off to the hill, resulting in a big explosion, and they both victoriously. Wait, in the anime they actually were on the ground. They actually failed the last movement in the anime. Make that as you wish. Next angel is Sandalphon. Originally, initially when it was first detected, it was a chrysalis form, and Nerve decided he wanted to reduce the angel whole. Unfortunately, this angel was half. He converted from a human-like embryo form to a monstrous form, suitable for plasma, where his skin was hardened against external attacks. So how did they deal with this stuff? Well, it was the second time that the two EVA units were sent in. So EVA 2 was deployed in, dropped in, was wearing D-type equipment, which allowed it to withstand the extreme heat and pressure of the magma. And yes, this is one of the lighter moments in. So the angel was sighted in. Unfortunately, it's too fast and it cracks the screen. So they try again. They try again. They can't find the angel in. They have to try again, harder, and they catch the angel in. But unfortunately, the probe knife is having little effect on the hardened skin, and the angel breaks away free. And it's time for round 2. Unfortunately, again, the EVA gets hit, and it takes a while to find the angel. Try to search. So will they be able to find it? Yes. It's so hard to see the angel because it blends in with its surroundings. And again, Ahsoka's pounding the angel though, but it's still ineffective. So they try again. It's round 3, and unfortunately the angel started in. Everything is getting quite scary. It's terrible. The screen is cracked, and then one more hit. If the EVA gets hit one more time, it's gonna crack in and die. Ahsoka will burn to death. Will they make it in? That's definitely a close call. Unfortunately, Sandalphon dashes off one of the legs of EVA 2, and meanwhile EVA 2 doesn't give up and decides to use the coolant spray to weaken the angel in, making it soft enough to be stabbed to death with a probe knife. And then, unfortunately, she's sinking down. Unit 01 pulse goes into the lava and pulse. EVA 2 up. Close call, isn't it? This is the what angel Matarael four-legged spider angel. His main attack's acid, but it's gonna fuck. I've lost my life. It's so tough. Its acid spray range is so big, and it doesn't seem to flinch that much. So freakingly hard. I really hate this. It's so deadly, and yet AD field, despite it being so tough on the offense, his AD field is incredibly weak. The only thing that would have made it harder was that at that time Tokyo 3 was experiencing a blackout. So you know what they did? They had to go, the 3 pilots had to go manually inside the fast units and launch manually again. So what was the result? The simulation, and it was proven that the angel could be taken down with only small arms. It's like, why it takes around more than 30 seconds for me to take down the angel, but since he can kill it in 5 seconds, in around 5 seconds, why? Why is that the case? Anyway, by this time, Nerve seems to have the upper hand. The angels are all quite weak at this point. And the angels are very weak. And it's now getting upbeat and optimistic. Now they have 3. First time they used 3 all 3 Evas were sorted out at the same time. And that all seems to be going well. And it's more fun. 2-1, and well, since he killed 12 copies of Matarael, I feel same and stupid in. Yeah. Next angel, 10-1, is Sahaquiel. Know what this guy's main offense is? He's a giant. He was first seen in orbit. His main attack consists of dropping pieces of himself off the guy and eventually using them the pieces, dropping the pieces to aim himself. He's aiming towards the geofront so he can drop himself in, merge with Lilith, and cause a huge explosion even worse than the one of Adam, resulting in huge damage and the extinction of all Lilith-based life. Well, how did the fight go? That was a close. So how did if it was moving so fast, how could they have stopped it? Well, we never know, and then Misato claims that everything seems to have a huge chance of failure. Now the 3 EVA units 0, 1, and 2 are dropping down in like athletes, and they're launching off like sprinters in. They're moving so fast. And EVA Unit 0 clears the electric post in, and avoids being electrocuted. Next up is Unit 2. Will it be able to do the same? Yes, it could as well. Now it's Unit 1's turn to jump over in. They passed the test. All 3 of them passed. Now the angel is dropping in at very high speed, and so since he intercepts it and decides to push to hold it up, and decides to hold it up using its 80 field to support. And meanwhile, he's trying to push it up much like Atlas is holding up the Earth. Unfortunately here, it's quite tough. It was worse in Rebuild, as in Rebuild he sprouted an appendage in of, and then Rei and Ashoka arrive in. Here Unit 0 holds up, and then 02 stab, 0 pushes clears the 80 field, 02 goes for the kill, and it's a great epic explosion.